There's not one guy, one person in the history of this program that's bigger than the program.
What's better than this? Guys being dudes.
Ooh, what's up and welcome into episode number 72 of the Program Guys podcast. My name is Mason Prince, joined with you as always by Ryan Tyson, Mark Hall, Matt Gann, Patrick Hertzberger. Today is Thursday, May 25th. Be sure to like and subscribe on our YouTube channel, trying to hit 1,600 subscribers. You can click that subscribe button. It costs you $0, my friends. $0 to be part of the program means more to us than you know. You can follow us on Twitter, Program Guys with a Z, our Instagram, Program Guys with a Z, our Facebook page, Program Guys Podcast. Wherever you get your podcast, that's where you can find us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, all of that good stuff. Gentlemen, how we living? Matt Gann, start with you. Dallas Stars down 3-0. Season ticket holder Matt Gann. How you feeling? I don't care about the Stars. Just tell me how you're doing.
I don't know how we're going to start the pod like that. Not great. Not great.
Aaron Rodgers sprained his ankle in a freaking practice, too. You want to talk about that?
Yeah, I saw that.
Stars going down. The most embarrassing performance yesterday. Jamie Benn, the first game, our captain, with an illegal cross-check, gets kicked out of the game, as well as 2-game suspension.
This isn't what I envisioned.
Just led to our team's demise. Not looking good.
All right,
good.
awesome.
There's hope.
Yep, sure. Patrick, how you doing, man?
I'm good, man. Doing great. Thanks for asking. How are you?
I'm great, dude. Living great. Back in the Sooner State from my weekend in East Texas. Glad to be back. I was amongst the pines of East Texas and glad to be home with my loving wife. Mark, Ryan, how we living?
Is there a lot of pines in East Texas? Is that like a
lot.
thing?
That's the overwhelming thing.
Who knew? I did not know that. Lived in Texas for 4 years. Here we go.
Yep. Pretty much all that south, like from East Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, all that stuff, that's all like pine trees. Georgia's pine trees. You can get pine trees down in northern Florida as well. So it's wild. A lot of pine trees. Mark Hall.
I'm doing great, man. So
love it.
Thanks for asking. It's a good Wednesday. We're halfway through the week, coming into a long weekend.
That's right.
I'm excited about it.
I'm okay.
Okay. Matt, it's hump day. Give me a hump day alert, Matt.
Hey yo.
I don't know what that was.
I'm really excited for today. I feel like I don't know why. I just feel like we haven't gotten together and talked a lot lately.
I know. Oh,
it feels like it's been a while.
So here, a little preview before we roll into the show. We got a lot we're going to get to today, but stick around because if you're a fan of Norman, Oklahoma, like we are, we have a fun little draft we're putting on in a little bit that we want you all to join us with. We're going to pick our top, what did we say? How many restaurants? 4?
You're doing 4.
So that
we're
the snake.
We're doing a snake.
It has to do 4 so that it's an equal snake. Yes. You're so wrong on everything. I'm sick of you.
Yes.
I'm sick of it all.
I said
4.
Oh my God.
You said how many, Pat?
I said 3, not Matt.
No, we're doing 4. So we're doing 4.
Whatever it is.
And it's a snake draft.
It's a lot.
And then you're going to have them. We're going to have Trevor make a graphic for us. Trevor, if you're listening to this episode and this is the first time you're hearing of it, sorry. You're going to make us a graphic of all of our picks, and then we're going to post it, and you're going to vote for your favorite. And whoever gets last place is going to have a punishment, and we don't know what it is yet. Oh, don't give me that, Matt. Don't give me that crap. You're from Norman. If you don't win if you get last in this draft, you should be embarrassed. You grew up in the place. You have the advantage more so than anyone else.
It's true. You do.
My taste buds are different than your taste buds. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Most
but
of
your
people
taste
will
buds
decide.
got to be with the people. You're trying to
With
get
the
the vote
people.
of the people.
Let's do this thing.
All right, whatever. Oh,
I
you
just did
football
a
news.
random. Oh, that's right. We're not even doing that. Okay, I'll do a random list generator when we get there to determine the
okay.
order.
Yeah,
Cool.
Great. Yeah. All right. OU football news. We got some recruiting news. Sad news. Sad news alert. Thank you. Xadavien Sims
Awesome.
is going, or not is going. He has committed to Oregon, and he's not going to OU for now, I guess. That maybe something happens down the road, but he has committed to Oregon. have to assume NIL is involved, which again is not a knock on anything. I mean, it's completely legal and can happen. Especially when you got money like Oregon does. They can sometimes offer a better option than a lot of people. Anybody surprised by the move from Xadavien Sims? Mark, I'll start with you.
A little bit. I think so. I listened back to our pod this past week after the commitment, and we were all very adamant about how we have to win these in-state guys. And that's something about the staff is we're going to make sure that we do that. Hey, sometimes you lose guys.
Yeah.
Oklahoma is a talented state for how small it is. Sometimes you're going to lose guys, and Xadavien Sims appears to be one of them. The interesting thing is another thing we remarked on is how he hasn't been as recently featured in the OU Twitter sphere as guys like Nigel Smith, Joseph Joniah. Joseph, hold on. I used to have
that was
this.
close. That was close.
That was really
Got
good.
close.
I used to have it.
You could
David Stone and there's one other guy. It doesn't matter. The point is Xadavien Sims had kind of fallen back, and I don't think that we did enough to convey that or understood it ourselves even ahead of that commitment.
Patrick?
I guess I would disagree because supposedly he told Todd Bates the day before he committed that he was going to commit to OU. So I don't see the relation of like him fading out on Twitter.
Where did he end up?
Well, he ended up in Oregon.
What, you heard a story online?
Yeah, I mean, supposedly he told Todd Bates the day before he was going to OU. I think the moral of that story is 17, 18-year-old guys are fickle, and they're going to say one thing, do another. They're going to follow money. They're going to follow whatever they think is best in that current moment. And they have a lot of, testosterone, emotion going through all of these decisions being made. And like, it's so early, anything can happen. Like, he's not completely like committed to Oregon. It was a verbal commitment. I mean, he's still
Anthony Evans was committed to Oklahoma.
That's true. Like, this stuff has happened. I'm not saying we're going to go after him because I think Mark is right overall that it seemed to fade as we were going, just optically. I don't know what was happening behind the scenes. Only the coaches know what was happening behind the scenes. Optically, it seemed like it was fading. I am surprised it's Oregon. Every sign out there said Michigan State, and then Oregon just kind of comes out of nowhere, which is like I say, I'm surprised. I'm not really surprised knowing, all that Nike money is there. It just seems a little odd that it just like kind of came out of the blue. But that is 2023 in the world of recruiting. So who knows what's going to happen? Nothing is set in stone until that paper is signed. So
Matt Gann.
Yeah, I think the staff will still continue to go after him. It is just a verbal commitment. We saw what happened with Peyton Boeing. Obviously, that's a different situation entirely. But I think until there is a signature on an official paperwork, I think the staff will continue to go after him. I mentioned it last week in the pod. I still think it will be a domino effect, or how it could end up, especially with another in-state guy, David Stone, who we truly do not know where he's going. But if Sims is going elsewhere, not going to OU, where does that lead David Stone at this point? He's probably had the most trolling Twitter I've ever seen. So truly, I have no idea where he will end up. I think Sims will probably have a pretty immediate impact on his potential decision.
There was some Twitter drama amongst some OU targets after Xadavien Sims committed to Oregon. There was some screenshots circulating from a certain publication, not the publication made, but subscribers to said site, and there were some screenshots.
Message board geniuses.
Okay, there you go.
There's an MVG post that got the thing. Yeah.
Thank you. So OU fans, some OU fans, I don't want to say all, because what these people said and did is obviously not reflective. If you're watching this show and you know us, you're probably the majority of OU fans who aren't a crazy person, right? Like, you're probably level-headed. You're probably not a psycho and going to seek out a 17-year-old kid and tell him that he's a scumbag, right? Just don't do that. Why are we doing that? It solves nothing. All it does is make you look bad and make the entire fan base look bad, because that's how the internet works. Now we're all roped together and everybody looks like a psycho if you're an OU fan because you're related to these people.
It definitely makes the university look bad. And the recruits saw that. Our current recruits that have not yet committed to Oklahoma were retweeting those tweets and saying things about it. It was not good. I have a question for you guys. Do you guys think it's possible for a program to get, I guess, quotation mark, canceled by fans on message boards doing this kind of stuff by other recruits?
We're not doing cancel culture on this podcast.
I mean,
you know what I mean, though. It's
I
know
get what
you
you're saying.
No, this isn't enough.
I have an answer,
right?
No for Mark.
I'm a no. Also, I think this overall is extremely stupid. I just think the whole chatter around this is extremely stupid. There is always going to be fans who are like this. Always. In every single fan base, there are always going to be fans who are like this.
Yeah, Matt's one of them.
Like, you are not going to escape that. You are not going to get away from that. And that is going to happen. And I think people should know that. I mean, people should know that. Sure, we can do everything we can to try to prevent that and say, don't do this. But are they actually going to listen? People like that? Usually not. Yeah. So I understand how this is spinning around in Twitter. And of course, someone message board genius or whatever on Twitter grabbed that because they're like, oh yeah, all the clicks that this is going to get, right? All the attention this is going to get. But overall, this is so dumb. This is so dumb. And feel free to disagree with me, but there's no reason, I think, to make a huge, massive deal about this when it comes to other recruits, because people suck in general around this world, and people are going to suck on the internet. And that is something that is always going to be true. So I don't know. Maybe I'm just cynical about it.
I will say this, working in Georgia for 2 years.
More than anything.
Nihilistic. Maybe that's a better word.
Yeah.
Working in Georgia for 2 years and seeing how Georgia fans react to certain things and Alabama fans react to certain things, they've said a lot worse. Than what I'm not saying what those people said or wrote is okay at all.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot worse. And to Ryan's point, if there's people posting online and up in arms about this, and to Patrick's point, the recruits sharing it and being like, oh, this is messed up or whatever. Do what you did to Alabama or do what you did to Georgia. I promise you it won't be any better. It's just there's a small section of people who are crazy about college football. That's just what it is.
And vocal. It's a vocal minority.
Yeah.
And that is that's what that is.
Matt.
So
yeah, it just sucks that the way social media perceives things is that such a small select group of people can represent an entire fan base. And who knows what these 17, 18-year-old kids are thinking. But when they do see this, I'm sure they're discouraged. I mean, they don't want to walk into a fan base where they're going to get slandered and chatted at and all that. So it just sucks that social media construes such a vague picture when 99.99% of the fan base is definitely not that way. But the extreme few can make it such an impact. So I don't know how the staff is handling that, or the coaches, or what they're doing. I'm not sure if they're putting any emphasis on it, but it'd be interesting to see how it affects future recruiting.
I'd be shocked if they even bring it up. I'd be shocked because they probably just chalk it up to you should know that that's not real. But I don't know. Mark, go ahead.
People shouldn't speak that way to kids.
No.
About kids, in reference to kids. No one should. If you're someone who does that and you're listening to our show, don't listen. We don't want you. You're a bad person. You're just a bad person. I don't think anything is important enough to get as worked up as some people seem to get online about college football recruits picking a different school. And I get worked up about people not picking OU, right? But there's levels to this, and you can be an adult and kind of separate yourself from your nastiest impulses when someone chooses another place. It's really gross reading some of that stuff, and then seeing that the kids are reading it. Like, these kids are more online than we are. That sucks, man. If I was 17 trying to pick where to go to school, and I have to read that from a place that I grew up down the road from, I envisioned playing at. That's bad. That sucks.
I saw a verbal meme alert I'm about to give the people right now, but Blinken Riley, good follow on Twitter if you haven't followed him, but he tweeted a photo of these two people that said people who follow college football, and they're like distinguished, like gentlemen and ladies, and they look prim and proper, and it says people who follow college football recruiting, and it's just like people who look methed out and like on their last legs and just insane. And that's definitely the feeling that I get. Okay.
It's hard, man. Sometimes we fall into it, like the Peyton Bowen one, and it's just every twist and turn.
And it's so funny because we said it on this show at the time. Like Ryan, I distinctly remember Ryan saying it more than anyone. He's like, I hate that, like, my well-being is this decided on like 17-year-olds and like what if they decide to come to my school. Like, it's not healthy. It's weird. It's super weird.
I want everyone to know that I'm never going to get on a message board and say any of those things that those people
I can honestly say I've never commented on a message board. I never have. Not that there's anything wrong with that. If you like do whatever you want to do, but I haven't ever done it. So like, I don't know.
No, one of these days when we're big enough, we'll have one. We'll just, it's
exactly.
We're just
and then we're just going to have Pat police it. Make sure everything is being nice.
Dude, Pat would be a great policeman of that.
He would be a great message board policeman.
All right, some other recruiting news. 2023 signee Keon Brown is going to head to Garden City Community College instead of OU. There's rumors out there as to why. I'm not really going to get into those because I don't know what the reasoning is for certain.
I think we can say the rumors.
Face. Like Mark's face.
I just thought it was like probably grades. I just thought we expected it was.
I thought it was grades.
I mean, I'm sure it is.
People are just saying grades.
I'm sure it is.
Hey, man,
like, I can't.
Kids having a tough time.
Yeah.
Right.
We lost Matt. Matt will be back in a second, folks. I know.
Really wish Keon Brown was coming in. I was very excited about adding another big body archetype receiver to the room because we haven't seen enough out of Nick Anderson or Jaden Gibson yet, and there's no one else to really look at. Matt, what do you think?
Here's my thoughts on it.
We're talking about Keon Brown.
Just from a grand scheme of things, what impacts this brings to the program. It is sad to see. Well, obviously, we don't know the underlying reasons of why he's choosing, unless there's a story out there that I missed. But I know something I saw was potentially grades was an issue. So, not sure. I don't like to be assumptive. So, I did see something that maybe he goes to community college for a year or two, then maybe transfers in. It'll be interesting to see. It does hurt the wide receiver depth for sure, especially with a room that we just not sure about other than Jalil Farouk. So it's definitely a hard hit for the Sooners, especially losing a guy like that, a 3-star wide receiver coming in.
That's a great point, Matt. Just like literally any position other than wide receiver.
Yeah.
Like why is it got to be that room? Like, and he was going to be a true freshman. Like maybe he didn't get any burn, but depth in that room and competition in that room definitely wouldn't have hurt. So
it's interesting to me. He's landing in Garden City Community College in Kansas City out of Pennsylvania, where he's from.
Yeah.
Very interesting to me that he goes back to basically a Brent Venables home base. So maybe
really,
the last we've seen of Keon Brown.
Really, really great junior college program in the state of Kansas. That Jayhawk football league that they have up there is really, really good. If you watch Last Chance U, you know that the people who play there are talented individuals. So he'll land on his feet. He'll get it together. He'll land on his feet, whether it's at OU or somewhere else. So rooting for you, Keon Brown. All right, crystal ball alert. 3-star tight end 2024, Cooper Alexander, 6'4", 225 from Washington High School. That's Washington, Oklahoma. Parker Thune, Josh McQuiston on that. I like the size, 6'4", 225. He looks thinner in pictures, I guess, but he's also, 16, 17 years old. So take that for what it's worth. Like, he's not going to look absolutely massive right now. I keep seeing kids and I imagine they all are supposed to look like PJ Atabare, and that's just not real. Or Jaren Kanak, and that's just not real. That's not what reality is. But yeah, I like the size of him. And yeah, sounds good. I'm cool with it.
Yeah,
so
sure.
Cooper Alexander, go ahead, Pat.
No, you go ahead.
Okay. Cooper Alexander is the son of former Sooner tight end Steven Alexander, who had a few good years in the 90s and then played like 8 seasons in the NFL, made a Pro Bowl. So there's some good genetics at play here, and he's a legacy from just outside of Norman. I'm very confident that he ends up in Norman at OU. The thing that sort of concerns me is, does this have any kind of impact or bearing on the Devon Mitchell decision? Now, Mitchell's still a 2025 guy as we're talking. I know we seesaw on this all the time, but anytime a 5-star is involved, it makes you wonder. Pat, what were you going to say?
Oh, I was just going to say I like the size too. It's nice to see that we're building that room. I feel like that room has just kind of been potentially volatile, right? So it's good. I like it.
Ryan, Matt?
No, I think you guys covered everything.
Gotta love it. Let us know down below in the comments what you think of all this recruiting talk that we've been talking about. Xadavien Sims, were you one of the people on the Message Board Geniuses post? Let us know down below in the comments. Also, we read every single one of your comments. Patrick reads every single one of them. He marks them down and keeps a log of who is the biggest commenter in the history of the Program Guys podcast. Pat, who is it right now?
I think it's Okie Trades for sure.
Yeah,
we really appreciate it.
It's Eddie. It's Eddie. Come
Okie
on.
Trades.
Eddie too. Eddie is in there as well.
Yo,
Yeah,
Eddie,
you're right.
Eddie's our number one fan.
Yeah,
we love you, Eddie.
He's really, really out there.
It might honestly just be Patrick.
I do comment right away. I'm probably the quickest commenter
Quickest one, you
Gotta
think?
get the algorithm
on average. Yeah.
You think you're the quickest one?
If you're listening right now and you're truly a part of the program, throw us some comments. You know it helps the algorithm.
Gosh,
Patrick is proof.
That one guy who said we don't schedule good games like in the beginning of the season, and I just roasted him. Oh my gosh.
So our
I went
commenter,
back 10 years. Yeah, go
I
ahead.
want to do our commenter of the week because I knew I saw this on there 4 days ago in our last episode. 4 days ago, John Keister, our commenter of the week, John Keister, he said, if we lose Xadavien Sims, it will be to Oregon, not to Michigan State. So that was 4 days ago from Mr. Keister. And you are our commenter of the week. Congratulations. Comment down below on our YouTube channel. We read every single one of them. All right, boys.
Man, I think Keister posted that after the commitment.
I was going to
That's
question
when I
when
saw
the
it.
commitment
That's when I
was.
saw it.
That's when you saw it? Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's
Well,
when I saw the comment.
Regardless, hey, he
But
got
maybe
he
it
got
was
a
before.
he got a shout out anyway. Here, I'll give you another one.
Mark
Marge,
committed.
Successful
he committed
crystal
on
ball for the
Saturday.
Keister.
He committed on Saturday.
our
You got
other
a Keister ball.
our other commenter of the week is Mars Jams 2. He said, Mason, you made some great points. All right, so that's our another commenter of the week.
All right, fine.
Hey, you guys come to the table. You have equal opportunity to decide who our commenter of the week is. And
Jesus.
you got to come to the table with one. Patrick knows. Look at him. He's shaking his head. All right. So here's what we're doing.
Oh, baby.
Norman Restaurant
I'm so excited.
Snake Draft. This is prime off-season content for the people. Prime off-season content. It's going to be a snake draft. Mark, randomize that order. Let's go ahead and get it right now.
All right. I have all 5 of our names written down. I am pressing randomize right
It's gonna
now.
be him
We
first.
got Ryan 1, Patrick 2, Mason 3, Matt 4, Mark 5.
Oh, Mark gets
Ryan,
back to
I'm
back.
really-
Ryan, how about you learn some respect? Let's move on.
Wait, I don't know what Mark just said. Everyone's talking at once, but I'm just upset I'm not going number 1. And if the number 1 pick isn't the correct pick, I am selling my shares of this LLC to Logan Penny.
It will not
Wow.
be the pick that you're expecting it to be.
Wow.
Well, the
Okay.
people-
All right. So
Okay,
here's
here's
Who's
what-
two?
here's the rules.
You
okay?
goober. You did you not even listen? Did you not even listen?
Me?
No, Ryan.
Right. Okay.
I think I heard my name at 1 and then I just like zoned
Yeah.
out.
You're one. You're
It's
one.
Ryan, Patrick, Mason, Matt.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So here's the rules. It's restaurants. It's if it's a bar and it has food, it's fair play, but you are not picking based on the bar activity. You're picking based off of food. This is not a bar draft. This is restaurants and food. So and they can be retired restaurants. They can be current ones, whatever it is. If it was a restaurant in Norman at any time, you put it on there. It'll be a fun chance for us to reminisce too about stuff that's no longer there anymore. And let us know down below in the comments too if you're watching along with us. Make your own draft. We'd love to hear about old time restaurants, maybe back in the 90s or early 2000s that we didn't even get to see. So, all right, here we go. Draft time. Ryan, stars up.
On the clock. I honestly didn't think I would be first, guys. So I'm in between two.
There's really only one.
And it's not even going to be the right one.
I think you guys are thinking of the one that I think you're thinking of that I'm not going to pick. I'm going to go with the Mont.
Good
Great
pick.
call.
Solid pick.
Good pick.
Solid pick.
Queso
That is number 2.
probably fake, but fantastic. The burgers are delicious. You can get some good chicken strips there. There's just so many memories in the Mont with the food. Also the alcohol, but with the food. So, and it's a classic. It's Norman classic. I had to pick it first.
Yep. Patrick.
I already know what Pat's picking.
Yeah, the real number 1 restaurant in Norman, Oklahoma is Ray's Barbecue.
Yep.
A little bit about Ray's Barbecue. Ray
No,
runs
you don't
a
have to.
No, this is not.
No.
You don't
We
have
do have to
need
explain your
I'm
pick.
doing it. I'm doing it just for this one. I'm doing it. Ray runs the restaurant with his wife and his daughter from
Who's Ray?
1976. Ray. From 1976 to 1979, Ray played as safety and punter at the University of Oklahoma under Barry Switzer. His accomplishments at Oklahoma included being a 4-year Letterman, 2-time first team All Big 8, second team All American. He played multiple bowl games, was also named Oklahoma's All-Decade Team. Ray entered the NFL draft. Ray's the owner of Ray's, obviously. Ray entered the NFL draft and was selected in the second round as entered the second round. Jets drafted in the second round. You're really messing me up here. At the Jets,
He went more enunciation.
Hey, come on.
Hey, at the Jets, 21 interceptions, 5 fumbles, and scored 5 touchdowns. His most memorable moment was in 1982 when he returned a reception for 98 yards. An interception for 98 yards at the time. That was the longest interception for a touchdown in NFL history. Now, back to Ray's Barbecue Restaurant. Nestled in the heart of Norman on Lindsay Street, Ray's Barbecue is a legend.
Are you reading off of a website, or did you write this?
I wrote this.
Okay. All right.
Thank you.
I'll permit it.
Nestled in the heart of Norman on Lindsay Street, Ray's Barbecue is a legendary establishment that has perfected the art of barbecue, tantalizing taste buds that were with their expertly smoked meats and signature homemade barbecue sauce. Their brisket is always tender, their mac and cheese is to die for, and even their burger is fantastic, and it's not even a burger's joint. Ray's Barbecue has the ambiance of a hometown diner where there is always warm hospitality and incredibly smoky goodness. I stepped into foot to Ray's Barbecue every Sunday morning at 10:59 a.m., accompanied by most of these guys on this podcast. Every Sunday, we were greeted with the utmost kindness. Ray himself was often working, and being a Chelsea FC soccer fan like myself, Ray made it a point every single time he saw me to turn on English Premier League soccer games. Ray's Barbecue is not the best barbecue in Norman. It's the best barbecue in the world. Best restaurant in Norman.
Love that.
I didn't realize we needed audio.
We don't. And I'm going to tell you right now, it's got to be faster. We got to be faster.
Well,
that's the only one I was going to do.
I got to get one thing on Ray's. My most memorable moment at Ray's is when I went there with a different friend of the pod and decided I wasn't going to eat anything. And he walked up to me and asked us if we enjoyed our food. And I was like, oh, I didn't get anything. I just got the drink. I'm okay. And I thought that was it. And he comes back about a minute later with a fruit cup. And he says, everybody eats at Ray's. And he just gave me that fruit cup. Daryl Ray.
Sweet.
That's his name, Pat.
He's
Daryl Ray. All-star.
He's all-star. Watermelon sweet tea. Only place I've ever had it. It's fire. Watermelon sweet tea. Get it there if you have it. All right. My pick is going to be Tar Humar's. Mexican joint.
Good one.
Big fan of Mexican food. I'm going for the people-pleasing Mount Rushmore right here, guys. I'm trying to get it. Tarahumara's great Mexican food, Baker Mayfield's favorite, so it's my favorite as well. Tarahumara's number one pick for Mason. Matt.
No pressure for the Norman guy, huh?
Yeah, you better not screw this up.
This is a pretty easy pick for me. It's pretty much a place I go to every time I go back home. It is classy. The ambiance is perfect, and the food is probably the best in Norman. It's Charleston's.
Okay. I did
Let's
not
see, I don't
expect
think
that.
so.
I did not expect this at all. This is a chain that is
Listen, let
from
him talk.
Oklahoma.
Listen,
Let him talk.
You
Let
didn't
him
even
talk.
pick a local
Listen.
Norman spot. Are you kidding
Charleston,
me?
Norman is all pretty much chains. You guys had mentioned some staples, but I don't think a lot of people enjoy what Charleston's is. It is the best restaurant in Norman. Unfortunately, I wish Norman had better, but Charleston's is the best food in Norman.
I mean, we just named 3, but all right. Yeah. Okay.
Tarahumara's is not better. Ray's is not better. Neither is the Mont. The food at the Mont is mid, if at best. And we all know this. The Mont is just the place to go for game days and after the games. It's not the best food. If you guys think the Mont is the best food, then I think you guys eat trash every day. No offense to you guys.
All right,
No
Mark.
offense
Back
you.
to Mark. Back to back
restaurant
picks.
is okay, whatever. We're not.
Okay, I'm gonna go back to back picks. I'm just no, Matt's wrong. I'm not wrong. TCAF is my first one.
Oh my
It's
good
so
one.
Damn
Dude,
it!
that's
I
a good
didn't
one.
pick it
Obvious.
first.
You're
didn't
in
pick it-
Norman, Oklahoma, and
That's a good one.
you know what I need? Some fried rice and a nice boba tea. It's perfect. It's right in the heart of Campus Corner, and I didn't have to write this to be this passionate about it. Oh, you're a bento box guy? Guess what they got? Bento box for you. Egg drop soup ready to go. It's in a big pot. I see him drop it in. It's delicious. Right there. It's perfect. It's so good. And you know what? If you don't like that, if you're not a fan of that, let's walk across the street for my next pick. Pickleman's.
Damn it!
Right here
You
on Campus
suck.
Corner, an OU football favorite, as we all know.
Knockout pizza.
Bazing. You can get
It's good.
pizzas, you can get sandwiches, you can get salads if for some reason you want a salad, but both places are there when what you really need is a Sunday morning Saturday morning. Sorry, Pat, we're going to Raise on Sunday.
Yeah.
A Saturday morning, I'm still maybe turned. I need some food. These are the places you're going. 1, 2, that's me.
Those were
Nice.
good ones.
All right, Matt. Back to you.
Do not pick another chain. I
He's
will
gonna
kill
go
you.
like BJ's.
B-dubs or BJ's.
What do you got, Matt?
Best pizza in
Cheddar's.
Norman by far. It's Hideaway.
Damn it!
Hideaway. He got it. Okay.
That was a good one.
Okay. All right.
Another chain,
Uh,
but that's from Stillwater. by
Guys,
the way.
Norman is chain. Like the places you're naming, great. They're cool, like Campus Corner stuff, but they're not the best food. Tea Cafe is not even the best Asian food. It's Thai, and that's another chain. Norman is all chain, guys. Let's take it
oh
back.
my
We're not
God.
Dallas.
Okay,
You're
all
not
right,
naming
all
chains.
right.
And-
All right.
80% of the pod disagrees.
Mason, please don't pick a chain. Pat, don't pick a chain.
My
I'm only
my second pick, a famed restaurant, not a chain, was on Guy Fieri's Diners, Drive-ins, and Dives. It is the Diner on Main Street in Norman. The Diner, great breakfast food if you ever need it, and their chili cheeseburger if you're there for a late lunch hangover, to die for. It's fire. It's so good. So give me the Diner on Main Street.
I don't think I've ever been there.
Oh man, you
Is that
got
weird.
Good place.
Gotta go.
Good
Great.
place.
Great nostalgic food. But to Matt's point, is it the best food I've ever had? No, but I love it. I love it.
Mhm.
So it's very, very good. Okay,
Part
Pat.
of the
we
draft
got-
is not to talk shit on the things we're picking, guys. We pick the greatness.
Oh,
You
well,
literally shit on me for my first two picks. What are you
Because you
freaking
picked
talking about?
Chains.
all right, go ahead, Pat.
Well, this might as well be a more Oklahoma draft.
Oh,
for
I'm
what you-
sorry. I didn't know this was don't pick a chain restaurant. In
The
Norman.
one
I thought
guy
it was
who
just
is
pick the best
literally
food
from
in Norman.
Norman.
It's my turn.
How are you from
Yeah, I'm
there?
gonna start muting people. Go ahead, Patrick.
I do believe that from a food quality standpoint, Scratch Kitchen and Cocktails is overall the best food restaurant in Norman, Oklahoma.
So that's your pick?
Okay, I like it. Ryan, back to back.
1-2 punch here. I'm gonna go Greek House.
Never been.
You guys have never been. Little hole in the wall Greek place. I don't know if it's still called Greek House. Not sure. Incredible euros. So good. Cash only.
Oh,
Fantastic.
prime. It's got to be
Fantastic.
good.
Just
Cash
so good.
only? Yeah.
Cash only. My next pick. RIP. Maybe. Diamond Dogs.
Dude, I feel like
a good
they've
one.
been resurrected like twice.
They've been resurrected like 2 or 3 times.
I
but
used to
like
work at
RIP,
Diamond Dogs when they first opened.
Yeah.
Oh
I
yeah.
used to work there. Yeah.
There is nothing like a Wonder Boy. There's just nothing like it. And it's a thing that I will just remember and cherish forever, for all my days. So those are my 2 picks.
Solid pick. Patrick?
Yeah, none of us have chosen a chain. Yeah, look at that. Dan, ridiculous. Das Boot Camp is my next pick.
Great pick.
Oh, great one.
Good
Great
pick.
pick.
Good German food. Really
and
good.
it's got to
beer.
go to Pat.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
the right. That's the right.
I was hoping
button.
no one would take that.
That's a great pick. So I'm going pizza. Is it me?
You're gonna do it. Yeah.
It's
I'm
you.
going pizza.
You're gonna do it. I
I'm
hate
going
you.
Campus Corner. And
I
I'm
know
going
it.
New York pizza.
Gosh darn it.
Matt
Great. decision.
Matt is
I
fair.
forgot about
Matt is
that
fair
one.
to say Hideaway is really great pizza because it is. In my opinion, that's the best pizza. New York pizza on Campus Corner was fire. I had it catered constantly in college for like anything that we ever did. And we'd go there on late nights and their pizza was always so great. I'm not even like a big New York style pizza fan, but I loved it. It was so good. Like the tangy cheese was just different. It's a different pizza than I've ever had anywhere else, from Oklahoma. So not really well traveled. So yeah,
Great spot.
New York pizza. That's
Good
me.
spot. Good spot.
All right, Matt. What's
Best
Chili's?
breakfast in Norman is Juan del Fuego.
Damn,
Oh,
good
this is a
pick.
That's a
great
good
choice.
one.
This
That's a
could have
great
been your
pick.
first choice.
Yeah,
that's
good
a
pick. Solid pick. That's pretty good. Yeah.
Oh, Matt's done with us.
All right, Mark.
He's not happy.
Mark,
Yeah,
you're
hey, I'll go fast. All right, you don't want. All right, so all of my picks that make you feel warm inside are actually making you feel cold inside. Let me throw you a nice fancy restaurant, Benvenuti's. You want to go on a date? You're on a budget. You need nice fancy Italian in college. Benvenuti's, wonderful spot, great Italian, great wine selection. Barry Switzer goes there sometimes. Nothing more you can ask for. The lasagna's to die for. Great spot. Next, I'm going to go with a little bit of a curveball on you. Not everyone might know of this hidden gem. I'm going with Kodo, the hibachi place on Main Street. Now,
Ooh,
it's
I
right
haven't
down
been
the
there.
street from where the former Tin Gym is. I don't know what that Tin Gym is now. It's a different gym, but you all know the shopping center I'm talking about across the street from Chick-fil-A. And really good hibachi food. Always have a spot for you. That's my 4th pick. I'm taking it to the bank.
love it.
Good one.
I like the pick. All right, Matt, your last pick.
Norman Classic, owned by family, been there for a really long time. It's Legends.
Oh, good one.
Oh, okay. Good pick there.
Never
Good
had
pick
it
there.
before.
All
I've
right.
also
Jason.
never had it.
So mine is it's a Norman staple. It's you walk in and you feel like you're home. And you may be walking by the patio and you see Barry Switzer posted up, having a little Sammy, hanging out. It's Midway Deli.
There it is.
Midway Deli. I don't even remember what street it's on. It's been so long, but never had a bad sandwich there. They had solid soup. It's just a little hole in the wall, little Midway grocery as well. Like so just the best. If you want a sandwich, that's where you go.
I used to accidentally stumble upon it. I'd be driving to other stuff and it's like, oh God, there's Midway.
It was very popular in the Gaylord College of Journalism circle. That was a very popular place to get lunch and stuff because everybody was always out running around. Oh yeah, that's how I do. Big J. All right, Pat, round us out.
No, I got one after him.
I know. Oh, sorry. Well, Pat, round yourself out, Patrick. I should say.
Okay. Sorry.
Pat, you're on mute.
You're on mute.
Great. I disagree with Matt that Juan del Fuegos is the best place for breakfast. Give me Old School Bagel Cafe. They do not get enough credit on how good their bagels actually are. Like the quality of their bagels is
Matt is
almost
so
New York.
mad.
Like for Norman,
Matt is
Oklahoma, that's
It
a
needs
really
to be
good
said.
quality bagel.
It
Yeah.
needs to be said chain, right? Absolute chain.
Yes.
Yeah,
It's a
for
chain.
sure.
No, 100%.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they have one.
Oh,
they
I
have
had no
one.
idea.
Yeah,
Old
they have
school's
one down
all
the street.
over the place, man.
You were doing
Oh,
so
dude.
good, Pat.
They have
You
one
were
down
doing
the
so
street
good.
from
I'm
my
gonna
house here in
change it.
Tulsa.
I'm changing it.
No,
You were doing
nope,
so
nope,
good.
nope, no.
No,
No.
you don't
I'm
get a chance.
changing it.
No, you
You
aren't changing.
you
it.
had a little thing prepared. You're like for Norman, Oklahoma, and then it's a change.
All right, Ryan.
Okay. I'm gonna throw a little curveball with my last pick.
Don't do it.
You don't even know what I'm gonna pick. I'm gonna pick a little place called Crossroads in the
Oh,
Oklahoma
yeah.
Memorial
Yeah,
Union.
yeah. Yep,
And
yeah.
that is because I have incredible experiences about the curly fries there and
Yep.
just like snagging them on the way back from class.
Didn't
and like
miss.
everything that was fried. And you could just use your little point system or whatever
Yep.
we had back then.
Yeah.
It was so good. And it has to be included here. A Norman
Refused.
staple for the students. So
Refused to miss. Refused
Yeah.
to miss. It
Just
was
so
an
solid.
unflappable place.
If I could have an order of pepper jack mac and cheese bites, just an order,
Yeah, they got
I
rid of
would
them.
do some real bad things, man.
Yeah.
I
They
think
were
got rid of
so
them.
good.
They
Yeah,
got
they
rid of
did.
them?
They
Yeah.
they got rid of pepper jack. They only have Gouda now. Who wants?
both.
No one.
I mean, I'll still take
All
them.
right,
I'll still
so
take them.
Yeah,
to
they were all right.
recap, folks. Ryan has the Mont, he has Greek House, Diamond Dogs, and Crossroads. Ryan has those four. Patrick has Ray's, he has Scratch, Das Boot, and Old School Bagel. Matt has Charleston's.
You were doing so good, Patrick.
Dang it.
Matt has Charleston's, Hideaway, Juan del Fuegos, and Legends. Mark has Tea Cafe, Pickleman's, Benvenuti's, and Kodo. And I have the Diner, Tarahumara's, New York Pizza, and Midway Deli. That's our draft. Obviously, there's more restaurants that we missed. Let us know down below in the comments what restaurants we missed. What are some prime examples of stuff that we should have had on our list? We love reading the comments. So yeah, vote. We're going to post a Twitter poll. Follow us on Twitter at Program Guys with a Z. You can vote on that poll, and we'll decide after. We'll leave the poll up for a week, and
We gotta
let people
find a
vote.
way to do 5-person polls.
Yeah.
Oh, dude,
We
I
can
know,
only do
right?
4.
Elon,
I
get
got
on
you.
it.
We'll take Matt's out of here.
Elon, get on
I'm
it.
just kidding. I'm just kidding.
I would. I can't be
I'm just
involved with you
kidding.
guys.
Okay, so that's what we have for that. Real quick, we have something a little fun that we have discussed in our Twitter and group text. It's that we get double sent information. I'm sure if you're watching this right now, you have friends who you're in a group text and you get double sent an article or double sent a tweet or anything like that. And we thought it'd be funny. There should be a punishment for that because you're not reading the group text. You're just sending stuff through. Yeah, and we're all
You're not
guilty of it.
engaging.
We're not,
You're not
I'm
engaging.
not picking. I'm not picking on a single person in here. We've all done it at some point. So I think a punishment should be you have to Venmo the person who sent it first $1. So it's like an annoying amount. It's not even like something that's going to break your bank. It's just $1 and it's annoying.
I love it.
It's
Yeah,
nominal.
do it.
Yeah.
It's a good thing.
Hey, just real quick before you go, Mark. Another thing that upsets me is when we're having a whole on Twitter conversation about the news, and then someone decides to 2 hours later put it in the text group. It's like, come on,
Well, it's the same thing.
same thing, but like,
Same.
yeah. So, are we counting that as well?
Yes.
moving
Yes.
forward.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah.
For sure.
Okay.
It counts. It counts. Matt, I know you probably have thoughts. Go ahead.
I'm just guys. We all do this. We're all working. When
Not
I have
doing
to
too much.
sit down and work for a certain amount of hours, and then
Matt, I
come-
said I wasn't picking on anyone.
I'm just giving you an example. This is for
Mason
everybody.
literally
This is for
said we
everybody.
all did those.
Okay.
I know. I'm saying this is for everybody. Everyone works, and at a certain point, you probably come back. There's probably over 100 messages or 20 plus messages on Twitter. Sometimes you just don't have time to read through them all. As much as I love you guys, we're all working. We're all human beings. I don't want to read 150 texts to find out some news. I can just read the bottom and see what's going on. I don't want to have to scroll through 1,000 texts. Trust me, we blow it up. I'm just saying. So it does happen.
My guy,
you guys get a dollar.
You have time.
Matt? You don't want to do the dollar?
No, I mean, I'm going to do it.
Doesn't.
Okay. All right.
You have time to get on a podcast with a bunch of dudes from college once a week. You have time to read those dudes' text messages.
Which is funny because Matt's not a bad group text member to have. He's very involved. He's
great.
He gives off this vibe that he's never available and he doesn't talk. He does. He does text us.
Usually Matt's not too egregious about this. I don't know why he came so against it.
He's just against it.
I just gotta give. It's always good to give context. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
Always good to give context.
All right.
Look, it's not too much. We're all friends.
Mark.
Yeah,
you're right. Mark, you also have the worst picks in the restaurants. Okay, moving on. Here we go.
We're not doing this. Okay.
Said the guy who did the Tulsa restaurant. We're not.
Okay, so some NBA talk. All right, we'll talk some NBA real quick. Denver Nuggets. We'll start with them. Denver Nuggets sweep the LA Lakers. They are on to the NBA Finals. Nikola Jokic is a freak of nature. Rumors LeBron's retiring. There's no way he's retiring, right?
No.
There's zero shot.
No.
There's no way. No. He's said on record multiple times he wants to play with his son. And his son's 2 years out now?
He just put up the most points in his in the second half of his career or whatever at 38 years old. That dude ain't retiring.
Yeah, it was probably still raw or something. But anyway, the Nuggets are a problem. Nuggets are good.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know whether it's the Heat, it's going to be the Heat, or the Celtics make it through. Those teams ain't beat that Nuggets team, man. They're solid. Mark wants me to say something, and I'm just not going to do it. I can't do it right now. Anybody else on the Western Conference Finals?
No.
Yeah, dude, Jokic is awesome. Yeah. And LeBron is good, but he's old. Into those games, all he was doing was raining threes. That's all he's got. He needs to be able to not handle the ball so much. That's why Kyrie Irving was in the stands for 2 of those games. Or figure that out.
Play the entire first half besides 4 seconds or whatever it was.
Yeah. Did you see there was also a Trae Young trade discussion?
Mm-hmm, saw that.
Who are the Lakers sending for Trae Young? What are we doing here?
I have no idea. That would be a fleece. I don't know who they would send. Who they would send for Trae Young? That would make Matt. Anything to add, brother?
No, Denver are really good. I don't see anyone stopping them.
Yeah, I don't either. All right. Celtics win a game on Tuesday night. They're down 3-1 to the Miami Heat. And look, I was on record as saying, don't let us win tonight. I said before game 4, I said, don't let us win tonight. And they let them win. Now, do I believe yet? No. If they win tonight, which is Thursday, if they win tonight, boys, I'm all in. I'm all in. The Red Sox did it against the Yankees. Celtics can do it. They can come back 3-0 down. They can. Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown have to play 47 minutes apiece, but they can do it. They really can. And Joe Mazzulla has to figure out how to be a head coach, which
take a timeout,
which he may or may not do. But I don't know. I don't feel great right now, but talk to me in 24 hours and I may be over the moon. Who the hell knows? Somebody talk me off a ledge.
Yeah, fun fact. Teams that are down 3-0, the series all time is 150-0. So it has not happened before at that same point. It's got to probably happen eventually, and the Celtics probably have the most talent and one of the better rosters to do so. So if anyone's going to do it, I don't know why the Celtics couldn't, but I mean, they are 150-0 for a reason when teams go up 3-0. So
that's right, Matt. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I was mean about the Stars. I appreciate that. I'm sorry. All right, go ahead.
I got you.
I saw a continuation of that same statistic that said of those 151 teams, only 3 were the higher seed and favored going in. So it's really just a 3-team sample, Mason.
That's right.
Ahead.
That's
Go
right.
ahead.
That's right.
Come on. Declare it.
They
promise it.
They shouldn't have let them win last night. That's all I'm going to say.
Are you going to declare it? No, declare it.
I'm declaring they shouldn't have let them win last night.
No, that's not. You got to go. You got to go.
Do you know what that's from?
prediction.
Do you know what that's from? So it's my MVP later. I'll save it. It's my MVP later. Okay. Anybody else on the NBA?
I just don't like that either the Heat or the Celtics now will have the excuse of like, oh well, the Nuggets were just so well rested. I hate that, but that's what we have to do.
Should have won their games.
That the Heat won't have that excuse if
I
close things out.
I can promise you that Celtics fans won't say anything about the Nuggets if the Celtics make it to the finals and lose. It won't be anything about the Nuggets. It'll be all about how the Celtics suck and they should have won. But that's just the way it is. That's the way Boston fans are. Okay, let's circle the wagons. Circle the wagons real quick. We are on to the Supers, Matt Gann. On to the Supers.
That's right.
for the women.
That's right. We hosted regionals, pull out the brooms. It was a complete sweep of Hofstra, California, and Missouri. Beat them all in 5 innings, run ruling them 11-0, 11-0, and beating California in the final game 16-3. It was an absolute onslaught of offense and defensive pitching, also thrown in there as well. In the last game against California, guys, they had 6 home runs just in the 3rd inning. Just
wild
in the 3rd inning.
Amazing.
Crazy.
Patty Gasso was like, hey, nice to make the trip out here. Grab some Charleston's on your way out of town, you bums. That's what what she was telling.
The number 1 restaurant in Norman. That's right. So they move on to the Supers, just like Mason said. They will host Clemson in a 3-game series. Now, Clemson does have a finalist for the National Player of the Year. I just want to pull up some stats because this girl definitely deserving of what she's doing. Her name is Valerie Cagle. She pitches and she also hits very well. So she accumulated a record of 25-6 while she was pitching with a career best 1.2 ERA with 186 strikeouts and only 32 walks. And that's over 186 innings. So not only can she pitch, but she can also bat. Her batting average is .467. Good for 5th in Division I, along with 79 hits, 57 ribbies, 36 walks, and 19 home runs. So this girl is an absolute dual threat, and OU will have to be on the watch for her, especially while she's pitching. Again, they're number 16 in the nation for a reason. They are a good team with a superstar on it. What's really incredible is that not one Sooner made the top 3 for finalists. Not Jaden Coleman, not T.R. Jennings. If you just want to give more fuel, more catalyst for this OU team to win, because they don't really care about individual awards. That's a good catalyst for them. So they host Clemson upcoming this weekend at 3-game series. Only a couple of programs that are really playing right now. Men's golf, I mentioned it last week. They'll play in the NCAA championships this upcoming weekend. Greyhawk Golf Course in Scottsdale, Arizona. So good luck to them as they compete again for their 12th straight time in the NCAA tournament. Going to baseball, they're actually currently playing right now. They did finish the season just a few days ago, losing 2 out of 3 to Bedlam. The Cowboys beating us 13-2, 11-1. We won 1 sole game, 5-0. So we finished the regular season 6 games above 500 at 30-24. They are currently in the bottom of the 9th, so the game I think might be over if someone wants to look it up. I know they were up 9-4 heading into the bottom, so I'm not sure if that game has finished, but they did play OSU again in the first round of the Big 12 tourney play. So good luck to them, and they are actually just playing not too far from the Dallas Crew.
OU won 9-5. They beat Oklahoma State 9-5 to win the opener.
Perfect. Yep. Perfect. I'm not sure who they have to play next. I would have to look at the bracket. I assume
Me neither.
one of the higher rated seeds because they were probably a lower seed going in, but they should play sometime tomorrow against another team. So continued good luck for the Sooners who did win the Big 12 tourney last year. That's where they got hot heading into the postseason. So hopefully they can continue and find their stride. Other than that, that's a quick update for Circle the Wagons.
Love
Quick
it. Thank
fact,
you. So
fun fact.
go ahead.
The Clemson softball coach's wife played for OU in the 80s.
Oh, fun.
Oh,
She was a
Quick
softball
second
player at OU.
fact, that Clemson Player of the Year candidate has more losses on her record personally than this Oklahoma softball team. So this is some Coach of the Year stuff here.
Times 6.
so that's
Six
freaking
times
wild.
more losses.
It's crazy. The disrespect. It's
Co-coach of the year, not a single player in the top 3. Oh yeah, they're gonna come out firing. I'm ready.
All right, Ryan, give me something to watch.
Okay, guys. It's not often that I always have to start with a preamble, right? It is not often that I come across a TV show that I have like flat out never heard of and that I like quite enjoy. So I'm gonna give you one today because I recently found this show. And it's a lot of fun and I enjoy watching it. So it's called From, FROM. And it is put on by, I believe, MGM, which got bought by Amazon. So you can watch the first season on Amazon Prime right now. Mark is just shaking his head, which I love.
No, just the it's put on by MGM, bought by Amazon.
I know this.
So Amazon does it.
This is the stuff I know, like the back of my head. I say MGM because season 2 is airing right now on this MGM Plus, whatever that is. Anyway, this show is actually a horror show, a horror science fiction show. And the plot, I'm not going to give away too much because like the suspense is kind of the coolest part of the show. It's basically it takes place in a small town that people cannot leave. So you cannot leave the town. If you get in a car and you drive out from the road or drive on the road out of town, you come right back in the same road into town. You cannot leave. You cannot get out. No one knows why. People get stuck there. And during the day, everything's fine. But at night, monsters come out of the forest and like stalk the people who are living in the town. And you have to like stay indoors, inside, and you have to protect yourself from these monsters who look like people, or else they will get you and they will kill you. So a lot of fun, pretty scary, just super interesting concept. It seems like it's very like low budget, but like it's still really well done, I think, overall. Would highly recommend checking it out. It's not something that I usually like would look at, but it's just something I came across. I'm about 4 episodes into the first season so far, and I'm having a really good time. So that's something to watch. Fresh from I just watched the first episode 3 days ago, so it's brand new for me too. But check out the trailer, see if it's something you'd be interested in, and give it a watch on Amazon Prime.
I like that show a whole lot more when I saw it in 2004 as the movie The Village.
It's got similar vibes to The Village, so
I mean,
similar
that's what it
Shyamalan
sounded like.
vibes.
That's what it sounded like.
Yeah. So,
But-
but it's a TV show though, so it's like a little bit more spread
Okay.
out. It's pretty.
All
It's pretty like gnarly too, like gore wise and stuff like that. So if that's not your vibe, don't watch it.
Bet. All right. Time for our PGP MVPs of the week. Ryan, we'll start with you. Who's your MVP, man?
Yeah, we've talked about this already. It's Jokic, just an unbelievable performance in the Western Conference Final against the Lakers. He's the best player in the NBA. I don't think there's any debate about that. So like just it was just incredible. It was incredible, and the Nuggets are going to win the championship. So
Matt Gann.
Loser MVP, Jamie Benn, captain of the Dallas Stars, gets kicked out in the first minute of the game, gets a 2-game suspension, and derailed Game 3, leading to a 3-0 deficit to the Knights and essentially ending the Dallas Stars season. Loser MVP, Jamie Benn.
Let me take you back for my MVP. It's October 17th, 2004, and Kevin Millar is out on the field, and he's getting ready to face the Yankees. He's the Red Sox first baseman. Get ready to face the Yankees. The Red Sox are down 3-0 to the Yankees at that point. Dan Shaughnessy, a longtime reporter for the Boston Globe, goes up to him and he says, how are you guys gonna even come back from this? No team's ever come back from 3 games, nothing down. And Kevin Millar simply says, don't let us win tonight. Don't let us win tonight. And that's the same mentality the Boston Celtics are taking against the Miami Heat. My MVP, Kevin Millar of the Boston Red Sox. Mark Hall, MVP.
Yeah, a bit of a somber note. Last night, I think 2 nights ago, unexpectedly, Sammy Omosigho's mother passed away. And so my MVP this week is going to be Sammy. I can't imagine what something like that is like for someone his age, going somewhere completely foreign for school and to be embroiled in something like this. There's a GoFundMe out there to help the family with funeral expenses. And whether you can or can't, whatever it is, if you're able to give something, even if you're not, to be thinking about the family at a time like this, supporting them however, Sooner Nation is able to do. MVP is Sammy Omosigho, because man, I hard to be going through that.
Yeah. Patrick, round us out, man.
Give me Michael Block. Michael Block is a 46-year-old golfer. He is a golf pro / trainer in Orange County, California. He charges $125 for a 45-minute lesson. And this week he was in the PGA Tour and won a big purse. I think it was $280,000 in a hole-in-one. As a golf trainer, made the cut.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, it's incredible. He's my MVP for making it.
Yeah, for those who don't know the entire Michael Block story, look it up. But just a little backstory. He's 46 years old. He's never really done anything as a professional. And the PGA allows a certain amount of people, if you win like a local kind of tournament, if you're a PGA pro, like you work at a club or something like that, you can qualify to play in the PGA Championship. And usually those guys don't even make the cut to play the weekend. And the fact that he finished in the top 10, played with Rory McIlroy, got an invite to play again next year. No, not an invite. He earned the spot to play in the PGA Championship next year. He got an invite to play in the next 2 PGA Tour events. So those are exemptions.
So cool.
So it's awesome. It's really cool. He's also got an 18-year-old son who's a freak of nature and is going to be a really good professional golfer one day as well. So yeah, really great story. Thank you for that, Pat. All right. And that's going to do it. Be sure to like and subscribe on our YouTube channel. You can follow us on Twitter, Program Guys with a Z, Instagram, Program Guys with a Z, our Facebook page, Program Guys Podcast. However you get your podcast, that you can find us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, all of that good stuff. Thanks for sticking with us this week. Mason didn't screw up the recording this time. Gotta love it. That's going to do it. Pat, take us out.
Keep pushing it, baby.